what's up everybody? Today we're going to be talking about the Yamaha MT-07, or formerly known as the FC-07. We're going to talk about some specs, we're going to go on a test ride, and at the end of this video I'm going to tell you, the viewer, whether or not this bike right here is a good buy, or if you, the viewer, should be saying goodbye. Before we do that, I want to say thank you so much for 1,950 subscribers. That means we only have 50 more to go until we get to 2,000, which is the year-end goal. I would greatly appreciate your support in assisting me with getting to that goal. If you're subscribed and you leave a comment on this video that says RevZilla gift card, I'm going to enter your YouTube username into a drawing to win a $20 RevZilla gift card giveaway. The drawing will conclude on December 28th. And once a winner is chosen, I will reach back out to your comment on the video with my email address. We'll get in contact there, and I'm going to make sure that you get a RevZilla gift card. So make sure you subscribe and leave that comment that says RevZilla gift card. It's that easy. But that's beside the point of today's video. Let's talk about some specs with this motorcycle. I'd say the biggest contributing factor to this bike's wild success has got to be right at its core. This machine uses a 689cc dual overhead cam, liquid-cooled, cross-plane crank, parallel twin. The motor generates about 74 horsepower and 50 foot-pounds of torque. And while those might not sound like impressive numbers, this bike only weighs in at 397 pounds weight for model year 2016. New models now tip the scales a little bit over 400 pounds, but it's still a super lightweight package with an incredible motor. Sometimes though, manufacturers forget about other things whenever some things turn out incredible. One of the biggest gripes about this motorcycle is the suspension and the front brake. Neither are really incredible, especially whenever you start pushing this bike to its limit. It doesn't exactly give you a confident feeling, but this is a more budget-friendly motorcycle, so it's not going to have the most high-grade components on it. I think one of the most attractive things about this bike are the muscular characteristics of it. The tank flows into the tail section beautifully, and out back we have this awesome 180mm wide tire that looks stellar and really gives the bike an aggressive, bold stance. At this point, I'm boring myself. Let's get into the test ride.
And here we are, folks. Welcome to the test ride. I'm so excited to be on this bike today because I used to have one, and I miss it so very much. I graduated from the MT-07, skipped the MT-09 altogether, and went straight for the MT-10. I don't regret my purchasing decision, and I love my MT-10, but the MT-07 is just that small little play bike that you can really use all the power on the streets with. It's so much fun to ride, the engine has so much character, and it's a fairly priced option amongst the competition, with some specification advantages even. One of the most obvious competitors is the Kawasaki Z650. That bike only churns out 67 horsepower, doesn't feel as spunky, has a flat plane crank motor which does not sound anywhere near as good as this. The MT-07 or FC-07, whatever you want to call it, reigned supreme for a really long time. And I think it's because Yamaha captivated the audience with a lightweight, affordable package that felt raw and sounded raw. You can get it with ABS, but that's probably the only assist you can get on this machine. There's no cruise control, there's no rider modes, all you have is just a little LCD gauge. It is really easy to read, it tells you all the info that you need to know, and I guess it does its job. But that's really all you can say about it, is that it does its job. And that's kind of the whole gist of the MT-07, is that it does its job. And it does it so well. It is so exhilarating to ride. And even if you hoon it around and you're using it for wheelies and goofing off, it still gets like 55 miles to the gallon on average. At least that's what I was getting. I had a power commander and an exhaust and a high flow intake on it, but I was still getting 55 to the gallon even though I would wring that thing's neck everywhere it went, and it took the abuse like a champ. I kind of kicked myself in the ass for getting rid of it because I would have rather have kept it and just had a third motorcycle. God, this thing's so fun. I will say though, there's a weird lull in the throttle between like 1 and 10% where it just like picks up. Right? Watch. There. Oh my god. And for beginners, that might kind of be a turnoff. One dislike about this bike, there's actually two big dislikes. Dislike number one is this. I really don't like that. You shouldn't have to fix that from the factory. It's no bueno. This mirror, I can't keep it upright. That's super great. And this one, I can't keep it down. Yeah, the throttle is really snatchy on this. I'm noticing that now. I guess that with the power commander you can smooth some of that out. But it's aggressive, dude. Squirrel. God, dude, I was with you guys. Second dislike, the turn signals on this from the factory are so big and bulky and ugly and gross. I recommend going with a set of Proton 500s for the front and an integrated taillight section for the rear. Yeah, suspension is plush, but you can definitely tell it is not as firm as it should be if you were going to use this bike on a track or riding extra hard. This bike runs out so good though. It is such a healthy engine, and if you look it up online, I'm pretty sure this is like one of the most reliable engines ever produced by Yamaha, or any motorcycle manufacturer for that matter. This motor's like a legend, and it's only been around for, I don't know, 10 years, but it's iconic. And I remember watching all these moto vloggers on YouTube and motorcycle videos, not knowing what I was looking at, and I remember seeing this tank and just always thinking, damn, that tank looks so muscular and so cool. That's a muscle bike. And even though this isn't technically a muscle bike, it does give you that like bold, muscular look. I really like the looks of the MT-07. And I know I've said that already, but man, just look at this thing. Okay, now is the part where we do a 0 to 60 test. I'm not a professional rider, nor will I claim to be one. I'm gonna do my best to get this bike from 0 to 60 as quickly as possible. 3, 2, 1. Oh, the front wheel came up. Second gear, as I was coming out of it, like the front end wanted to come up. And it's just the nature of these MT motorcycles. They're the masters of torque. That's what MT stands for. Highway speed, look at me. I'm doing like, what, 80 right now? I got plenty of passing power. And if I just open it up, yeah, this bike has got some juice, man. Yamaha hit this one right on the head. They did such a good job building a middleweight naked motorcycle that was going to attract a young audience. I really don't think you can go wrong with one of these. There are some other competitive options emerging right now, like the Hornet from Honda or the GSX-8S from Suzuki, which kudos to Suzuki. I've always kind of been a hater on Suzuki because they haven't done anything exciting since the release of the Hayabusa back in 1999, but the GSX-8S is a really cool looking motorcycle, and I think it's going to give Yamaha a run for their money with the MT-07 platform, given the little bit larger displacement, more power that it makes. Okay, so now, the question remains, does this bike wheelie? Yes. Yes, this bike does wheelie, and we're gonna find out right now. I wish I was better at wheelies. They're so fun, but it sucks being sucky at them because you get kind of scared, and being scared isn't fun. Oh man, I miss my 07 so much. Oh man. Okay, all right, let's get into the verdict. Okay, if you're looking for a lightweight, naked motorcycle with moderate performance that can be used both around town, on the highway, maybe at the track, has great aftermarket support, customizability, and gets incredible fuel mileage, I would say spend your money on one of these. This is a good buy. If you want something that's going to be designed specifically for maybe longer haul travels, has more creature comforts, significantly more wind protection, has the highest premium performance features you can get on a lightweight naked motorcycle, then I'm going to say for you that this bike is probably a good buy and you should not be purchasing one. Overall, I had a great time with this motorcycle today. I really don't think you could go wrong if you bought one. It would make an excellent first bike for somebody, but it would also be an amazing bike to have in the stable if you wanted some options to choose from. I feel like this is always going to be a fun ride. And with all that said, I think we're done here.